I live in suburbia, and it's not a bad thing, but it's kind of just like, it's kind of like a small town in the Anderson residence, and it all kind of stays the same. It all has the same cycle.
Well, what happened this year, especially over the course of the past couple of years, is I've gotten really sick of filming in schools, especially at Nagel and Anderson. I've gotten really sick of filming in in Forest Hills and Anderson Township. We filmed in the Creamy Whip I think 3 times, and we've really tapped out our resources. When you watch movies, a majority of it is the beautiful photography and the locations. Watch Ferris Bueller's Day Off. It's a celebration of Chicago. You know what I mean? A majority of that movie is like, let's go to Wrigley, let's go to the art museum, let's go here. And people love that movie because they get to experience Chicago. And John Hughes knows that. John Hughes is a huge inspiration to me because he uses that camera as it's intended, which is capturing beauty. And beauty in landscape, beauty in human moments, beauty in story. And I think if you're able to travel and really get out of your bubble, as we call Anderson Township, and pop that bubble and say, we can go to the Grand Canyon and make a movie. We can go to LA and make a movie. I think it really opens up opportunities to say, well, Chad did it. Chad took some kids. They were brave enough. They invested in his idea and they believed in him, and now we can do it too.
So my theater director, Chad Weddle, at the end of my sophomore year, he announced that we were gonna take a trip to LA to make movies and films and stuff, and I was like, whoa, I wanna go on that. That seems really, really cool, but it also seemed really, really far-fetched because, well, 1, LA is far away, and 2, we're just a bunch of Ohioans. We don't really know much about film, but we're trying really hard to. So his whole purpose behind it was to help launch the film class at school and the film program at Anderson, because we have a lot of people, we have a lot of talented writers, actors, cinematographers, and we don't really get to showcase that as much unless there's a film class. So he did that to help advocate for the upcoming program in the future. I think taking trips and studying abroad is very important because when you grow up, whether you realize it or not, you're inside a box, whether it be like a wide box or a small box. And I think it's important because you're exposing yourself to different types of culture that you never would experience if you didn't take those chances and travel to those places.
There's so much that I wanted for them to learn. There's the whole can you live in your computer? Can you live in your phone? One thing that's happening right now with current gen is that they will get together and literally stare in their phones. And they won't even talk to each other when they're being social. And this is called social media, and I understand it's a different way of being social, and I'm trying to dive in and be in that, but it's weird, and I don't know if I like it or not. And as a teacher and facilitator of fun, I like when people are interacting, and I'm a theater guy too, so I like when humans share human experiences. And so I was hoping that we could prove to them that they need to get out of their phones and computers and screens and experience life.
Well, for me, it's a creative outlet because ever since I was little, I've always had a lot of energy, I've always had a lot of ideas, and I didn't know how to express them until I got on stage. And when I got on stage, it felt right, and I had a place to express all my energies and all my ideas. And it's important, and I care about it because it's just my passion. It's something, you love your passion just because you love it. There's not a whole lot of reason to it, you just know you should be doing it. If you're not scared while you're taking chances, you're probably not taking any, because when I was auditioning for leads as freshmen and auditioning for films and doing film elsewhere, like at Xavier, I was scared out of my mind. I was scared every time I went to audition, and you never get anywhere unless you take risks. So go for that lead, go for that tech position, go for being valedictorian if that's your thing. Like, just go for it, and if you fail, that's okay, because it's the fact that you're reaching for what you want that matters.
10,000 eyes and 400 hands, and all of my arms are made of the sands and oceans have all been dried up, and life they became the skies, and then they all left the first time they heard the song with Tom Petty, the one where Johnny Depp plays the real name, and the sky was the limit, and then it came crashing down.
So I want to get done with this trip, and I want to listen to you. I want to hear what you have to say. I want to hear what all of you guys have to say about what we should do in the future, because as you and I both know, we collaborate very well together, and I surround myself with artists who are not only as passionate about this as I am, but also have wonderful ideas. And if I say, well, I have this great idea, and not listen to anybody, I don't think we're going to get anywhere. So I'm really anxious to collaborate and to listen to you all and hear your ideas, because I think your ideas are what I'd like to